about crude then. Reza Amanat, energy correspondent at Argus Media, joins in for that. Reza, hi. Thank you very much for joining in this afternoon. While Brent crude prices have inched up higher after that little bit of a downtake yesterday because investors realized that eventually Tehran is going to take some time to contribute in terms of output, what is the eventual benefit that we could see for Brent crude after the potential deal kicks in completely?
Yes, I think that the crude markets did realize that even with the deal yesterday to remove sanctions from Iran, that it will take a while before Iranian crude starts hitting the market. There's going to be a 90-day review period for both sides to review the deal in Vienna and to decide on the real parameters and how to implement the deal. So I think there was a bit of a rebound in oil prices because of that, and also at the same time there was a resolution of the Greek economic issues that had been worrying the markets quite a bit, and on how it would affect oil demand in the EU, and obviously that was resolved, so that helped crude prices as well. But in terms of the implications of Iranian crude coming to the market, obviously there will be a price implication. It depends on how quickly and at what volume Iranian crude starts hitting the market. If we assume that within the next 6 months Iran can bring quite significant amounts of crude, say about 500,000 barrels onto the market, then we could be in a position where we see prices settle below $60 a barrel for a stable period of time.
Okay, Reza, hi, good morning. So, in terms of the downside for the market, what kind of downside would you see? Do you think prices going to as low as $40, which a lot of people have predicted over the last fortnight, is that a possibility, or you won't be that circumspect about the market?
It's an interesting question, and I think everyone's thinking about it, but I think what's more important is how in what way Iranian crude comes onto the market. If the crude comes onto the market at the time when other OPEC producers continue to produce at their maximum levels, as Saudi Arabia and Iraq are doing at the moment, then we will see obviously an effect on prices, and a move towards $40 is a possibility. Certainly it's easy to see prices settle just below 60. In fact, at Argus we were predicting that in the first quarter of 2016, crude prices will bottom out just below 60 and stabilize just above 60 for the next year. But if OPEC producers cooperate and allow Iranian crude to come back gradually into the market while reducing their own overproduction, then there might not be as big an effect on prices as people think.
Reza, do you think that we've entered into a long-term new normal for crude prices? And by that I mean that it is possibly going to hover up to $60 per barrel, maybe maximum 70, but we're not going to see a huge upside or a huge upside risk to Brent crude prices, at least even in the longer term, and by that I mean even a 1 to 2 year perspective?
Well, we're certainly in an oversupplied crude market at the moment, and with this new Iran deal, there doesn't seem to be any indication that that oversupply is going to leave the market anytime soon. As I say, with the Iranian crude, it will depend on how quickly and how much comes onto the market. But regardless of that, even without the Iranian crude coming onto the market, we're still in an oversupply situation. Even the oil minister of Saudi Arabia, in an interview he gave a few months ago, said that he didn't think that oil prices will go back up towards $100 a barrel in a short space of time. If this oversupply persists, then I don't think it's out of the ordinary to think that prices will stabilize around the range that you mentioned, in and around $60 and $70 a barrel. Of course, 70 would be better for producers than 60, But I think so long as oil prices don't fall below 50 for a prolonged period of time, producers will continue to produce at the rate they're doing at the moment.
Okay, and how much of a risk is the dollar index rising further than what it currently is, and maybe to 100?
Well, I mean, the dollar always has an inverse relations to crude, so as the dollar gets stronger, it will be an extra pressure on oil prices. So the dollar would definitely be an influence as well on oil prices. So for that, I guess, what decisions are made in terms of interest rates in the US will be quite significant for oil prices as well.